There are serious allegations concerning you and your family and corruption and kickbacks.
Now,
are you prepared to face those charges and to give a full accounting?
I'm very, very much so. Very much so. And if you have any evidence, Steve, please show it to me, and I will defend myself anywhere in the world.
Well,
because what you are saying is absolute nonsense, without due respect. I am the only leader in Nigeria that has been examined and reported upon by the anti-corruption bodies in Nigeria. I am the only one.
When your successor took over, he described corruption in the country as endemic, and he said it was the country's elite that was responsible.
Well, he is one of them.
One of what?
He's one of Nigeria's elite.
Of course he is, and he's saying, as he takes over and looks at what is happening inside government, there is corruption to the very top. That doesn't reflect well on you.
If he said that, did he mention Obasanjo? Did he mention Obasanjo, Steve?
But you were the president.
You
were responsible for the governance of your country.
No, I'm not responsible for the corruption of every Nigerian.
Not every Nigerian, but you are, in the end, the chief executive of a country which your own successor says is endemically corrupt.
You have made strong allegations against me personally, and against my family.
I'm coming to that.
And you have no way to substantiate it. Substantiate it. And if not that this is something where you are taking undue advantage, I will have even say that.
Let's talk.
I will go beyond here.
Well, let's talk specifics then. Halliburton and various Halliburton subsidiaries have paid vast amounts of money in fines in the United States because of bribes and corruption paid out to Nigerian officials. And if one takes the testimony...
Are those Nigerian officials, am I one of them?
Well, let's talk about that.
Yes. Am I one of them,
Albert Jack Stanley confessed last year in the United States to bribing, and this is according to a U.S. court document, quote, 3 successive holders of a top-level office in the executive branch of the Nigerian government. He negotiated with these office holders representatives regarding the amount of bribes that would be paid.
Yes.
Now, if one cross-checks that, I'm coming to that, if one cross-checks that with the testimony before a French prosecutor of Jeffrey Tesla, another Halliburton agent involved, I'm sure you know these names, he named you as one of 3 successive Nigerian heads of state who'd been involved in negotiations with the Halliburton subsidiaries, which were later in a U.S. court found to have been guilty of bribes and corruption on a massive scale.
Tesla will never say that. Tesla.
It's in the French records.
Let Tesla bring out because by the time, when you say somebody is guilty of corruption, there must be the giver, there must be the taker, and there must be the evidence.